Everyone knows the mask. Very few know the man behind it. Millions have watched Boris Brejcha walk onto a stage wearing a Venetian mask as if he came from another world. Some think it's just marketing. Others believe it's a mystery designed to create hype. The truth is far more powerful, because long before the festivals, the private jets, and the millions of fans, there was a little boy who almost never got the chance to grow up. This is the untold story of Boris Brejcha, Ludwigshafen, Germany, 1981. Boris is born into an ordinary family. Nothing suggests he will one day change electronic music. Then everything changes. At just 6 years old, he contracts Legionnaire's disease, a rare and life-threatening lung infection. He spends weeks in intensive care. Doctors aren't sure he will survive. His parents can do nothing except wait and hope. Against the odds, Boris survives. But childhood is never the same. He grows up feeling different, watching others fit in while he struggles to find where he belongs. Music becomes his escape, not because he dreams of fame, because for the first time, music gives him something the outside world cannot: freedom. As a teenager, he discovers electronic music, the precision, the emotion, the endless possibilities. He isn't interested in sounding like everyone else. He wants to build his own universe. While many producers follow trends, Boris locks himself inside the studio, hour after hour, night after night, experimenting, deleting, starting again, searching for a sound that doesn't exist yet. Years pass, almost nobody knows his name. No major label, no viral success, no shortcuts, only patience. Then he makes one decision that changes everything. Instead of copying techno or trance or progressive house, he combines elements from all of them. Dark grooves, melodic emotion, hypnotic rhythms, something impossible to describe. People keep asking, "What genre is this?" Boris smiles and gives it its own name: high-tech minimal, a completely new identity, a completely new sound. Many think it's too different to ever become popular. They couldn't have been more wrong, because the world is finally about to discover Boris Brejcha, and the mask hasn't even appeared yet. For years, Boris Brejcha felt like an outsider, not because he lacked talent, because nobody could understand what he was creating. Record labels wanted music that fit inside a category: techno, house, trance. Boris refused. He didn't want to belong to a genre. He wanted to create one. Many producers would have changed their sound. Boris never did. Instead, he kept producing, track after track, believing that one day the right audience would find him. Then it happened. People started talking about a strange producer from Germany. His music felt futuristic, minimal yet emotional, powerful without being chaotic. Every new release attracted more listeners. Every performance grew larger. Then came the mask, a Venetian carnival mask inspired by the character of the Joker. People immediately asked, "Why the mask?" Some thought it was simply a marketing trick. It wasn't. For Boris, the mask represented freedom, a reminder that people should focus on the music instead of the person behind it. Ironically, the mask made him even more recognizable. Soon, festival posters didn't even need to write his name. Fans saw the mask and instantly knew who was coming. Then, another moment changed everything. His performance at Cercle. No massive festival, no fireworks, just Boris, his music, and an unforgettable location. The video spread across the internet. Millions of people who had never heard of Boris Brejcha were suddenly asking, "Who is this?" For countless fans, that performance became their first introduction to high-tech minimal. From that moment, his career entered another level. Sold-out tours, major festivals, crowds singing melodies without a single word being spoken. Because Boris had proven something few artists ever do. You don't need to follow the industry's rules to build a worldwide audience. Sometimes creating your own path is the greatest advantage of all. Today, millions of people know the mask, but the mask was never the real story. The real story was courage, the courage to sound different when everyone else wanted the same thing. As electronic music became faster, louder, and more commercial, Boris Brejcha continued building his own world. He wasn't competing with other DJs. He was competing with yesterday's version of himself. That mindset made him one of the most respected artists in electronic music. His performances became experiences, not because of explosions, not because of giant stages, because every set felt like a journey, slowly building tension, creating emotion, then releasing it at exactly the right moment. Fans didn't come just to dance. They came to disappear inside the music. Around the world, from Tomorrowland to Time Warp, from Ibiza to South America, thousands traveled just to witness one Boris Brejcha set. Many described it the same way. It doesn't feel like anyone else. And perhaps that is exactly what Boris always wanted. Not to be the biggest DJ, not the richest, not the most famous, simply the most original. Looking back, his journey almost feels impossible. A little boy who survived a life-threatening illness, a teenager who spent countless nights alone, experimenting with sounds nobody understood, a producer who invented his own genre instead of following someone else's, and finally, an artist recognized all over the world without ever sacrificing his identity. There is a lesson hidden inside Boris Brejcha's story. The world will often tell you to fit in, to follow trends, to become what already works. But history rarely remembers the people who copied everyone else. It remembers the people who had the courage to be different. Somewhere, right now, someone is creating something unusual, something that nobody understands. Maybe they're being told it's too strange, too different, too risky. Boris Brejcha heard those words too. He simply refused to believe them. And because he stayed true to his vision, he didn't just build a successful career. He created an entirely new sound that inspired millions of people around the world. This isn't just the story of Boris Brejcha. It's the story of what happens when you stop trying to fit into the world and start creating one of your own.